Are you losing marks in IELTS because of true, false, and not given questions? You're not alone. Many students get confused between false and not given, because of which they lose their valuable marks. But don't worry. In this video, I'm going to show you a foolproof strategy to get true, false, and not given questions correct every single time. After this video, you'll know the clear difference between false and not given, and you will not lose marks on true, false, and not given questions ever. So let's master this strategy together. Okay, so this is the exercise I'll be solving now to show you the strategy for true, false, and not given questions. But first, let me tell you certain points. Point number 1. True, false, and not given questions can generally be asked in section 1 or section 3 if you're taking IELTS General, or reading passage 1 or reading passage 3 if you're taking IELTS Academic. I'm not saying that it cannot be asked in section 2 or reading passage 2, but in most of the cases you will see this in section 1 or section 3 or reading passage 1 or reading passage 3. Point number 2, answers will be in a chronological order. Point number 3, there has to be at least one true, at least one false, at least one not given. So once you're done with all the questions, just double check at the end whether or not you have satisfied this condition. If yes, congratulations. If no, it means you have made some mistakes. Now, before I go and solve this exercise, let me tell you in words when the answer is true, when the answer is false, and when the answer is not given. If the question and the sentence, they both are saying the same thing, then the answer is true. If the question and the sentence, they both are contradicting with each other, the answer is false. Not given is possible only in 2 cases. Case number 1, there is no information at all about the question. For example, they give you a question, and about that question there is nothing in the whole passage. Case number 2, only half information is given. For example, they give you a question and the passage is talking about only half of the question, and for the remaining half of the question the data is silent. So now let me go and solve this exercise. So you can see Big Rock Climbing Center, we have para 1, para 2, para 3, then we have para 4, then we have questions on the next page 9 to 14. Now, never ever begin with the data. If you begin with the data, that is the beginning of the end itself. Always read the questions first. So now let me read the questions. Questions 9 to 14. Do the following statements agree with the information given in the text on page 18? In boxes 9 to 14 on your answer sheet, write true, write false, write not given. I think we know now when the answer is true, when the answer is false, and when the answer is not given. Question number 9. When climbing at the Big Rock Center, now Big Rock Center is a name, you can see B has been capitalized, R has been capitalized, C has been capitalized. It is compulsory to be attached by a rope. So when you do the climbing at the Big Rock Center, it is compulsory to be attached by a rope. People who just want to watch the climbing can enter the center. Now this center is nothing but Big Rock Center, you can see C has been capitalized, without paying. Question number 11. People can arrange to have a climbing session in their own garden if they wish. Alright. Question number 12. A certain item of clothing is forbidden for participants. Question number 13. The mobile climbing wall, you can see it's a name. M is capitalized, C is capitalized, even W is capitalized. The mobile climbing wall can only be used in dry and calm weather. It is inadvisable for children who are afraid of heights to use the mobile climbing wall. So guys, I have read all the questions very slowly, carefully, and I've understood the meaning. That is what exactly they're asking. And at the same time, I've also highlighted the main keywords. Now I will read the passage to find the answers. But before I do that, let me tell you certain things again. Whatever keywords you are seeing in the questions will not be there in the passage as it is. They would be using synonyms or paraphrasing, or they may explain those keywords in a sentence or two. For example, this compulsory might not be there in the passage as compulsory. Now, without paying in question number 10 might not be there in the passage as without paying. Own garden might not be there in the passage as own garden. Wish might not be there in the passage as wish. Certain item of clothing may not be there in the passage as a certain item of clothing. Forbidden might not be there in the passage as forbidden. Participants might not be there in the passage as participants. I hope it's clear what I'm trying to say. Now I will read the passage to find the answers. When climbing at the big rock center, it is compulsory to be attached by a rope. So let me go to the title. Big Rock Climbing Center. Perfect. Big Rock Climbing Center is a modern, friendly, professionally run center offering over 1250 square meters of fantastic indoor climbing. So this is a center where people do climbing. We use a trained and experienced instructors to give you the opportunity to learn and develop climbing skills, keep fit and have fun. Master our 11-meter high climbing walls using a rope harness for an unbeatable sense of achievement, or experience the thrills of climbing without any harness in our special low-level arena which has foam mats on the floor to cushion any fall safely. So guys, have a look at this from here till here. Master our 11-meter high climbing walls using a rope harness. I hope you know what is a rope harness. It's a safety equipment which has a lot of buckles to which you attach ropes. Master our 11-meter high climbing walls using a rope harness, or that means there is one more attraction, or experience the thrills of climbing without any harness. So guys, listen closely and carefully. Big Rock Climbing Center has two types of climbing attractions. Number one, 11-meter high climbing walls where you have to use a rope. Number two, special low-level arena climbing where you can do the climbing even without a rope harness. So can I say it is not compulsory to use a rope at the Big Rock Climbing Center? It depends on whether you're going for 11-meter high climbing walls climbing or you're going for special low-level arena climbing. So the question says it is compulsory. You can see here, the question says it is compulsory, okay, but the sentence is saying it is not compulsory. The question says it's compulsory, the sentence is saying it's not compulsory. Since the question and the sentence, they both are contradicting, the answer is false. So let me go down and write over there, the answer is false. False. Okay, perfect. Now let me do the next question. People who just want to watch the climbing can enter the center without paying. So if you just want to watch the climbing, means you're not going to do the climbing, but you're going to watch other people doing the climbing, you can enter the center without paying. So now let me go and read. Who is Big Rock for? Almost anyone can enjoy Big Rock. Previous climbing experience and specialist equipment are not required. You can come on your own or with friends and family. Come as a fun alternative to the gym or for a special day out with the kids. If you're visiting with friends or family but not climbing, guys, have a look at this sentence. So this is the sentence they have used to frame that question. If you're visiting with the friends or family but not climbing or just fancy coming to look. Fancy coming to look is nothing but watch. Fancy coming to look is nothing but watch. Okay, you can see here, watch. Okay, fancy coming to look is nothing but watch. So that is a sentence. If you're visiting with friends or family but not climbing or just fancy coming to look, please feel free to relax in our excellent cafe overlooking the climbing areas. Now many students, what they will do here is they will see these two words without paying here, without paying, and they will see this word free here. Let me draw free, and they will say the answer is true. Without paying, free, free without paying. That's absolutely incorrect. Let me tell you, do not match the words, match the meaning. What I'm trying to say is that in the question, the words without paying are referring to money. Money. People who just want to watch the climbing can enter the center without paying any money. But the word free in that sentence is not referring to money, it is referring to without any restrictions. So words can have different meanings depending upon the context. Alright? Also, one more thing that I want you to note is this whole sentence is talking about cafe. But the question is not talking about cafe, it is talking about the center. So the question is talking about the center, but the sentence is talking about the cafe. They both are unrelated. Also, does the sentence say that you do not have to pay anything to enter the center if you're just going to watch the climbing? No. So how can we say true? Also, does the sentence say that you have to pay to enter the center even if you're just going to watch the climbing? No. So how can we say false? We don't know. You might have to pay, you might don't have to pay. We don't know. There is no information on this, right? The sentence is not talking anything about entering the center. So guys, therefore the answer is not given. So let me go there and let me write down not given. NG. Next question. People can arrange to have a climbing session in their own garden if they wish. Alright. So, mobile climbing wall. Mobile means movable climbing wall. That means you can take this climbing wall anywhere you want and you can do the climbing. Available on a day hire basis at any location. The Big Rock mobile climbing wall is the perfect way to enhance any show, festival or event. The mobile wall can be used indoors or outdoors. Guys, have a look at this. Mobile climbing wall, movable climbing wall, and you will use this climbing wall, of course, to have a climbing session, right? So mobile climbing wall is nothing but a climbing session. Climbing session, mobile climbing wall. See how smartly they're using synonyms and paraphrasing. A climbing session is nothing but mobile climbing wall. Okay? Now, mobile climbing wall available on a day hire basis at any location. The Big Rock mobile climbing wall is the perfect way to enhance any show, festival or event. The mobile wall can be used indoors or outdoors. So guys, this mobile climbing wall can be used indoors or outdoors. Can I say indoors, outdoors is nothing but it can be used in the garden as well. So the question and the sentence, they both are saying the same thing. So therefore the answer is true. So let me go and write answer is true. Perfect. A certain item of clothing is forbidden for participants. This is the next question. So let me go up and read. Quick to set up and pack up, the mobile climbing wall is staffed by qualified and experienced climbing instructors, providing the opportunity to climb the wall in a controlled and safe environment. When considering what to wear, now they're talking about clothes, right? Exactly. When considering what to wear, we have found that trousers and t-shirts are ideal. All right. We will, however, ask people to remove scarves. Guys, have a look at this. Let me put this in a different color. We will, however, ask people to remove scarves. Okay? Remove scarves. Scarves is nothing but a certain item of clothing. A certain item of clothing, scarves. Scarves, a certain item of clothing. Forbidden, remove. Remove, forbidden. Forbidden, remove. Remove, forbidden. Scarves, a certain item of clothing. Scarves, a certain item of clothing. So this is the sentence they have used to frame that question. Now here, if you see the question and the sentence, they both are saying the same thing, right? So therefore the answer is true. So let me just go down there and let me write your answer. And answer is true. Next question. The mobile climbing wall can only, look at the keyword only. The mobile climbing wall can only be used in dry and calm weather. So let us continue. The question is still about the mobile climbing wall. So in this paragraph itself we'll get the answer. So let me just read. We can see here, the mobile wall is very adaptable and can be operated in light rain and winds up to 50 kph. The mobile wall is very adaptable and can be operated in light rain and winds also, winds up to 50 kph. But the question is saying it can only be used in dry and calm weather. So can I say the question and the sentence, they both are contradicting with each other. So therefore the answer is going to be, yes, you've got it right. The answer is going to be FALSE. Next and the last question. It is inadvisable. By the way, inadvisable means not advisable. So let me write it down over here. Not advisable. Not advisable means you should not do that. Or I can also say discouragement. It is inadvisable. Or I can also read, it is not advisable for children who are afraid of heights. So children who are afraid of heights, to use the mobile climbing wall. It is not advisable for children who are afraid of heights to use the mobile climbing wall. It means if a child is afraid of heights, then he should not use the mobile climbing wall. Now let us see. What about hiring the mobile climbing wall for my school or college? As the climbing is different from the usual team games practiced at schools, we have found that some students who don't usually like participating in sports are willing to have a go on the mobile climbing wall. If you are concerned that some children may not want to take part in what? Mobile climbing wall. Because they means who? Children. They feel nervous if they climb. Guys, have a look at this. They feel nervous if they climb. They feel nervous if they climb is nothing but children who are afraid of heights. Children who are afraid of heights, they feel nervous if they climb. They feel nervous if they climb. Children who are afraid of heights. See again how smartly they are using synonyms and paraphrasing. Okay, so let me read that. If you are concerned that some children may not want to take part because they feel nervous if they climb, then please be assured. Then please be assured means they are giving you an assurance that our instructors will support them up to a level which they are comfortable with. Please be assured means, can I say, they are encouraging. They are encouraging. What they're trying to say is that even if a child is afraid of heights, please do not worry, we are here. Our instructors will support them up to a level which they're comfortable with. So can I say, the question is saying, you should not use the mobile climbing wall if you are a child who is afraid of heights. So the question is discouraging, but the sentence is encouraging. Even if you are afraid of heights, do not worry. Our instructors are experts and they will support you to a level which you are comfortable with. So again, the question and the sentence, they both are contradicting. So therefore the answer is false. So let me go down there and write answer as false. Now guys, let me check. Do we have at least one true, at least one false, at least one not given? Yes. So guys, this is how we do true, false and not given questions. I hope you have enjoyed the video, and if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do that so that you get the notification about my future content. Have a lovely day.